Hi, welcome to my podcast, Talking Travel with Wendy. I travel the globe interviewing really cool people in small hospitality and tourism businesses. Join me each week as I discover and share something or someone new with you. You can find more at www.travelwithwendy.net. And remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy. Hi, welcome back. I am so happy to be here with Talking Travel with Wendy. I know it's been a while, but I'm trying to catch up with all the content. I have done so much traveling in 2025. It's going to take me a beat to get things in order. So Costa Rica, Pura Vida. This past May, I had the opportunity to travel with GAdventures, a company who really aligns with Travel with Wendy and Associates for our commitment to small group travel, sustainable tourism while supporting local companies around the world. And I'm so glad I began this journey with this company in Costa Rica. Pura Vida, which means pure life. It means everything to the Costa Rican culture, from have a good day to nodding in agreement. Everything is just let it go, to be a little bit more chill, and a mantra that I think we all want more of in our lives, that's for sure. GAdventures tours are intentionally designed to help you have an authentic experience in the country you're visiting, and the businesses they partner with are vetted to ensure they are meeting environmentally as well as culturally respectful practices by giving back to the local economy. You can find out more for each tour through their website and their Ripple score. The Ripple score shows how much money is actually going back into the local community and economy. And for Costa Rica, our tour was 100, which means 100% of the money dedicated for this tour went straight back into the country and the cities we were visiting. This is so super cool and definitely my jam. Another difference with GAdventures is that I truly love the rooming option. Now, you can travel the way you want to, but if you're traveling with a friend, you will room together. And also many tours have what's called my own room option, which is a little bit like single supplement, and you have your own room, your own space. And then there's what I did. I just roomed with a complete stranger. So I have to give a shout out to my girl, Hannah. Hannah was awesome, and she took me back to myself, like looking through a looking glass 30 years ago. We were only separated by time and age, but we had so much fun and so many laughs. As a matter of fact, most of us on the tour were just meeting our roommates for the first time, which is definitely a different way to meet people. But I really enjoyed that. What a group we had too. Oh my gosh, we had so many things in common. The most common, of course, was that we were all travel junkies, and along our journey, we shared all the stories of the destinations we had explored or were dreaming to explore. So our tour began at Cooperative. It began actually in San Jose, and then we made our way to La Fortuna, and we visited the Mi Cafecito Coffee Co-op. It was a co-op. Anyway, it was really cool. And we discovered hardworking people of Costa Rica once ruled Central America with coffee. And today it is a project with GAdventures and Planetara. And you can find out the link and more information in my blog on the website too. But there are 60 farmers that produce the coffee for the country in the north. And that used to be transported back and forth to San Jose on ox carts. And they still have some of that memorabilia around the co-op. It is considered, or was considered, the golden bean, as it was the major industry for Central America for a long time. And this cooperative still makes it today, and they focus on quality, not quantity. We learned many different facets of the coffee bean, including roasting, soaking process, harvest techniques, and the super cool tour was interesting and fascinating, and it ended with a cup of joe at the end and some food. And Cindy, also our guide, and she was our CEO, our Chief Experience Operator, CEO. It's part of GAdventures as well. Pretty cool. Anyways, On the tour itself, we had many, many good places that we stopped and ate along the way. And one of the first places we ate on our first day to Alajuela was just off the road. It was Freso Fresca, which is a wonderful, delicious, scrumptious restaurant. And we had strawberry waffles, corn pancakes, desserts, omelets, and lots of choices for brunch. But the coffee was absolutely exceptional, of course, which we would hope it would be since we were in the coffee district at that time. All around Costa Rica, though, you'll be offered different type of tapas, which can consist of like ceviches, which turned out to be my favorite dish for this entire experience in Costa Rica. I loved the fresh vegetables and fruit, and even the meats that went into the ceviches were just healthy, and I felt like I was eating very good. And it comes to no surprise that with their Pura Vida mentality, that fresh fruit, fresh foods and greens were everywhere that you turned. So don't worry about it, though. They do have a traditional, what's called a casada. It's a Costa Rican dish, and you can find this all over the country from east to west, and different variations too. And similar to Europe, they have their own take on the casada, whether you go to the East Coast or up north or out west. We had one at the Ristorante Mi Cafecito, which was also part of the cooperative for the coffee tour, and it was probably the most traditional looking one. Of course, it came with like roasted vegetables, beans and rice and meat, and very, very filling. So that one was like definitely traditional and stuck to the bones. We also went to Mary's in La Fortuna, and we had a very nice Servo Alonso, and I had a surf and turf and guacamole and a few drinks during the middle of the day, and I kind of had it all to myself. It was nice and quiet, but that was a really good place. As well as in Quepos, we visited a place called Plaza Street Food, and it was a bunch of like food trucks all in one area, and they had different kinds of foods that they offered, and it wasn't just regional foods, but it was from all over the world. And I enjoyed some sushi. Shibuya Sushi was the name of the restaurant, and it was just fabulous. So those were just a couple of the places that we ate along the tour. You can of course find more information in my blog, and then of course when I do the vlog on YouTube, you can see some as well. A few places that we stayed, one in La Fortuna was called the Hotel Eco Ernel, and this definitely aligned with GAdventures and their mission, as it was one of the smaller properties, and it had a lot of amenities, but it wasn't right in the town of La Fortuna. It had a very lovely pool. The breakfast was fantastic. The breakfasts typically don't come along with the GAdventures tours, but you can pay for them, and they're not much. They were between $5 and $10. This buffet was really beautiful. It had fresh fruit, a bunch of banana bread pudding, and Costa Rican delights, and it was really yummy. Our next day was at the Historia Lodge in Monteverde. This was a perfect location for the Santa Elena region, where we're near the Rainforest Reserve, and it was really within walking distance of shops and other places, other businesses in town. These accommodations were pretty basic. I wouldn't say they are 5-star, but they definitely were great for our short stay there. And they had laundry services on the property. It was like $8 per kilo, and so we ended up doing a big load of our laundry too, because nobody packed really heavy, which was another thing I admired. I actually had the most luggage, so that was a learning point for me, and I usually have like not a lot of luggage, so that was interesting too. The next place we stayed in Quepos that was my favorite was the Wild Mouth Frog, and this was also located downtown in Quepos, and it was right in the heart of the city. It was within walking distance of most everything, including the beach, but Cindy, our CEO, she instructed us how to take the bus and get to a quieter beach, and so we did that on one of the days too. In Monteverde, we stayed at a place called Poco a Poco, and they had an indoor pool and restaurant. This wasn't part of the GAdventures program, but we did go and visit it. But I did keep it in mind if I decided to come back and stay in that region, because I probably would stay at that hotel. So some of the activities are included in your tour, but then there are additional ones that you can add on. So we did the Costa Rica quest, which was the base level of the Costa Rican tour. And Cindy recommended a few that were extra. I wasn't into the extreme sports activities, so I didn't sign up for those, but I did do some things that are definitely in line with what I like to do. For instance, I took a taxi one day to the La Fortuna Waterfall. It was about $20 for the taxi, and it was about 550 steps to the base of the waterfall, and then you can go swimming in there. It was really, really cold, but I didn't regret it. It was spectacular. And then there's a coffee shop that was a specialty shop at the top at the gate, so I enjoyed, again, a really nice coffee. The night that we were in La Fortuna, we went and visited a hot springs park, which turned out to be about $40 per person. And it was worth it, but it was definitely a different spa experience than I'm used to in America. They had spas all over the place where they were like little mini hot tubs that you just helped yourself into. It was really cool, but it started to rain while we were there, and the rain there is very tropical, so when it comes down, it pours and it like swings back and forth. So that was interesting. Another activity that I absolutely love, and by far was my favorite activity of the whole tour, was horseback riding in the Monteverde with the Monteverde Equus Farm with my new friend and roomie Hannah. We had the most amazing time. The scenery and nature, and honestly, the disposition of my horse was just perfect. His name was Zeus too, and man, did he look strong. Wait until you see some of this video. It was captivating, and the nature just breathtaking. It did just take my breath away. Another thing we enjoyed was beach time in Quepos at the Playa Espadilla Norte, which we took a short bus ride from town to, and Cindy was sweet and organized it for us, and it was like $2 each way, so definitely affordable. Another really enjoyable activity that I did was go to the botanical gardens at the Coricancha Reserve in Monteverde, and I visited with my new friend Hector, who's Canadian, and we took a bajillion photos of the flora, fauna, and butterflies. It was just such a gorgeous day. So many butterflies. There were crazy critters walking all around the grounds that we had no idea what they were called, and we were Googling them as fast as they were coming around, which was kind of neat seeing all the wildlife. There's a labyrinth that was there, a lily pad pool, and so many beautiful tropical flowers that the colors were just so vibrant. It was $20 a person, absolutely worth it, and it cost us about $20 round trip for the cab ride from the hotel as well. So again, not very expensive and a lovely day out. Some surprises we had along the way on this tour was we happened to be visiting during an annual truck parade, which was absolutely hysterical. And Cindy shared that this holiday weekend in this region that we were driving through, it was a time of liberation, and the celebration is a truck brigade where they honked their horns and decorated their trucks and went up and down this one street. And so we were right in the heart and middle of it. It's really funny. I'll try to see if I can find some video to go along with that too. Another fun element of this tour is you get to cross a boat to get to San Carlos, and so those were exceptional views as well. And then being on the lake and river was really just a nice special part of the tour. So I am going to try to put the vlog together to upload on the YouTube channel. It's just been so incredibly busy that I'm still catching up with buying a house in Italy and setting that up and then going back and forth. So there's just been a lot of travel this year back and forth to Europe, as well as the group tours and investigating. Next year, we have a GAdventures National Geographic Journeys Ladies Only Small Group Tour, the last week of April to May. We still have a few spaces available. Please let me know if you're interested. Prices do increase in December. Single rooms are still available, so shoot me an email at wendy@travelwithwendy.net or check out the website travelwithwendy.net under Travel With Me. Feel free to ask me questions, what the tours include, etc. Be sure to follow, like, and subscribe. And thanks so much for listening to Talking Travel with Wendy today. And I hope I've convinced you to visit Costa Rica, Pura Vida. This is an absolutely beautiful destination, and if you're wondering why it's in the air and you've heard so many people talk about it, it's because it really is worth it, and it's an affordable trip to see some absolutely beautiful country. So until next time, remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy. Ciao!